I think Native Women's is really unique because its original vision was to elevate Indigenous women, and it was founded by a group of Indigenous women. And I think that really reigns through today. The board is made up of Indigenous women, the staff contains Indigenous women, and it's really collectively seeing one another and serving one another, supporting one another day in and day out.
It's very sacred, and I think just the work we do, the way we help the community, and the way most of us are even community members, it creates just such a different dynamic within everything.
When I was a little girl, my mom used to come here for bead night, and it was when she first moved to the city, and I have memories of me running up and down the stairs as a little girl. It was a place she came to make friends, and she was able to connect with old friends. 20 years later, I'm here and I'm working as an employee. I'm grateful to be a part of the center, and I'm grateful to now bring my daughter here to the center as well.
The people who come through the doors always know that this center is a safe space, and I feel like that's how I've always felt growing up, is that I would leave after school to come here to meet my mom, and I always felt like even if my mom wasn't available because she was with a client or some community programming, whatever it was she was doing, I always knew that I would be safe even just sitting in one of the rooms or hanging out in the kitchen with a cook. I feel like it has grown, but it has even become a safer space than I've known it to be in my youth.
Being able to feed everybody is really important, and getting to know the clients, because when they start to eat your food, you start to get to know the clients, because they tend to come over and compliment you or say, oh, this is great, or just being there to help them is so important, because sometimes they don't have food at home.
When I came across the Indigenous community, NWRCT was one of the first agencies I've attended to. I came here and I felt a connection, a sense of belonging. Next to know, I've been employed here for the last 9 years, and it's really been history since. It's been such an amazing experience over the last 9 years, the impact we've made on each and every woman who has ever walked through the agency. So I truly believe it is now up to us to live up that legacy that the founding grandmothers have left for us.
How can a community grow and be better without having these types of resources so that we can grow? So to me, I feel it's important because it makes important impacts and changes in people's lives that maybe they don't have the resources or the financial stability to do these things.
A lot of people at the time, the 60s and 70s and the 80s, I guess you could say the early 80s too, a lot of people weren't interested in because of the residential school experience, right? So there was just a handful of people, what I remember, who were saying, no, we want our culture, we want our identity, we want this. And so this is why these centers like this were created, right? To help and serve. There wasn't any money at the time, right? So it was all grassroots, right? It was all volunteer. It was all whatever you could get and finding supporters, etc.
I would say the year would probably be 2005. I'd walked into the agency not knowing really that men were not allowed, but I was told very quickly, but they allowed me in anyway as courtesy. So I sat there just to learn more about their programs, what they were doing. So at that time, it was more or less very heavily violence against women in the Indigenous community. So they learned a lot more over the years that as programs were added through funding, that it was a good resource center for women who are single and going through violence. I believe they're a family with us. We all become part of a family. That's so important.
I first became aware of Native Women's through my work at Misway Beak Aboriginal Employment and Training as a program advisor. it was through that work that I learned of all the services that they were providing to women in Toronto. They don't just try to react to a situation, they're looking for the solution. And so over 22 years, I've just seen that developing happen, and I'm just grateful to be working with them.
One of my goals, visions that I had about the center is being more cultural appropriate, like a cultural center for us Native women that we could go to and be together in ceremony and do ceremony together. And I was drumming too at the center every Wednesday nights, and that's helped me with my own healing as well. And it's growing and growing and growing. Now I'm there with more cultural content, more cultural workshops, awareness, bringing awareness to people and helping people on their healing journeys. And it's very much needed.
These days we work with Native Women's Resource Center on putting on events in the park. We support the Sisters in Spirit Vigil and the Summer Socials. When Native Women's puts on events there, you just feel it. And yeah, it's beautiful. And I think we just got to keep fostering that relationship because there's so much good work happening. And we at the Friends of Island Gardens just want to be a platform for this kind of work. So we'll continue to support Native Women's Resource Center as they program the park.
So when I first started in the city, this center was, it's for Indigenous women, and so us me and the guys at Council Fire, we sit around this drum called All Nations, and the drum is what we call Ode Wegun. We bring the heartbeat, we share these songs, and so we always collaborate. We always partnered up with Native women in terms of when they celebrate or honor MMIW, certain ceremonies and events, so we would bring that drum, our voices, and we would support through that. And within the past, I would say 10 years, the main focus is bringing that cultural piece, so that these young families, these females, these Indigenous women have a culturally safe space that they can call home outside their home.
Native Women's had a big part of that, right? By doing these missing and murdered Indigenous women events, vigils every year, right? And we get invited every year to come home. It's really affected our boys' view on women, right? It affected their attitude towards women, right? And it brought them back to a place of protection, their role as a warrior, right? And got them thinking along those lines, right? And we hope to continue to come every year, right? We hope to bring new youth out, right, from Toronto Council Fire.
It felt hard for me to feel part of a community, and do I have a right to be part of the community? But I just always felt very welcome at the center. And, that was through programming as a client, but also just, all of the staff and, other clients. And I felt, a sense of community that has been very important to me. I was coming every week when I was seeing the healer, but then I started coming every week, when I started being an Oshkobeewis and learning about medicines and doing energy work. And I just felt not a home away from home, but kind of just like it really felt like a safe place for me to come to.
Darlene had been a volunteer at the Native Women's Resource Center and contacted them to ask, what do you do with your children at Christmas time? And they go, well, we don't really do a whole lot, but what are you proposing? And she said, do they get Christmas gifts? And they go, no, it's very difficult for them to afford Christmas gifts. And so Darlene said, why don't we figure out a way that we can give them a Christmas gift?
Every year I go to the solstice to help Santa hand out these gifts to the children, and I'm told that this is the highlight for the mums and the kids. And I remember about 5 years ago, I said, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It's like 2.5 months of no sleep, headaches, 24/7 doing this program and then trying to keep my job on top of it. And I remember being on stage at the solstice, and this little guy, couldn't have been about 4 years old, and he had this gift box, and he was walking off stage, and he gave it to his mom, and he turned around and he ran at me full force, and he grabbed me around the legs, and he looked up at me, and he just said, thank you, thank you. And then he did that to all of the volunteers I brought with me. And so what I want to give up, I remember that little boy's face.
It's worth all of the asking for money. It's worth all of the time shopping. it just made you feel so good to know that it meant this much to this child. And it just gives you that push to want to do more for the next year and see how many more kids you can help.
I think the height of our partnership really came to be during COVID. We put together a campaign highlighting, raising awareness of increased rates of violence against women that were happening during COVID, and of course addressing violence against Indigenous women, missing and murdered Indigenous women. When you uplift the women in the community, you're uplifting the entire community. And I think that goes without saying for me and for so many of us that do this work, but I think it needs to be said and it needs to be recognized. The ripple effects of the work done here will be seen for generations.
We're trying to provide a sense of community for urban Indigenous people who might be disconnected from their own communities for many, many reasons. And so ultimately, we're trying to create a sense of community, a place of healing, a place of belonging for people. And so that's always evolving depending on the needs of the community, because we listen to the community. Whether you're somebody who's kind of disconnected from community and you're looking for that connection, whether you're kind of new on your journey of kind of discovering kind of your indigeneity for reasons of colonization, you've been disconnected, you are always going to be welcome in this space. Wherever you are along that journey, you are welcome.
When I moved to Toronto in 2018, Native Women's was one of the first places I came to, and it's brought me closer to my culture. I've actually been able to win my mom over, and this year she's actually finally acknowledging she's Indigenous.
I'm learning of my heritage and how to work through my issues, and just being able to call somebody when I need, like now, help with my brother's funeral, and one of the workers now are helping me do all those forms that you have to do for the government before you can close a bank account, before you can empty out the apartments, you know, of your loved one who's passed and whatnot. So it's really a family to me here.
I was experiencing like houseless insecurity, like I was having a hard time, and I asked Creator, like, is there room for me on the earth? Because if there's no room for me, I'm coming home. Like, because I can't live somewhere I'm not wanted. I contacted here and talked to a worker, and the worker was really supportive, and she's really awesome. And she was like a go-getter, and she didn't back down.
Nobody wanted to talk about the past. Like, I never was able to connect with my roots or my community. And they were always there to help me no matter what the situation was.
I was almost on the verge of being homeless, and because I connected with the housing worker, she got me into a place where I feel safe, you know?
They helped me with knowing my culture and my journey, because I was part of the intergenerational trauma, so they helped me with a lot of the aspects of along the way that what I need to know and stuff. So I needed to find myself to reconnect with my culture, and that's the only way I can do it, was coming here.
Someone recommended the center, and everyone's so welcoming because they help you with like job search or just many different things. So when I come do activities, then they give you lunch, and then you can do some more activities, so it's a full day. Prior to coming to the center, I didn't really know much about being Native and the customs and smudging and all that. So I've been learning a lot since I've been coming here.
Ever since I came here, I feel a lot more safer. I have these guys for support. So far, the women here are blessed, man. They pull through. I'll say that. They pull through.
This place has helped my mom
out of homelessness. This place has helped my aunt out of like the same situation. So they help. I know that for sure.
It's a foundation of very strong Anishinaabe women who support one another and they support their clients. They are into helping. I believe like they enjoy their job, and that's why I believe that they work so hard for their clients, because they welcome their clients like their family.
Without the center, I don't know, it wouldn't be very good, because so many women need the center. They need the people here, they need the staff, they need the support. I don't know can't even imagine if Native Women's didn't exist.
I want to say congratulations to Native Women's Resource Center for your 40th anniversary. It's amazing. Can't wait to see what the next 40 years is going to bring. Thank you for all the people that work there and help to make it the place that it is today.
There's lots of people that are volunteering their time. There's lots of people that want it to be successful. This is something that I can't imagine anything better than this organization.
So I just wanted to say congratulations to the Native Women's Resource Center, to everyone who works there. I think the families are blessed to have you as part of their lives and for an opportunity for them to come in and share with you.
Yoyane is a good one. So congratulations to all the current staff here and for the 40 years of all your hard work.
I guess I just want to congratulate the clients and the community, just because I don't think we would be where we are today without them. I think their participation, their activeness in coming to programming and reaching out for services.
Happy 40th anniversary. I've been here since I was a little kid and didn't quite realize it until Christmas time. So apparently I've been using the services for 40 years.
Thank you so much for being there and not shutting your doors.
It's really beautiful, and it makes me feel more of human, and it's actually just what we needed, So gichimiwach, I hain yawagoa.
40 years of success, of growth, of acknowledgement. It's just so nice to see that this organization continues to thrive, and I wish you nothing but the best.
What a pillar of the community. What a long history of strength and community and beauty and leadership and pain, but taking that pain and making it better. And I wish, 40 more amazing years.
40 years, that's amazing. And I hope to 40 more and beyond that.
Congratulations on 40 years. That's amazing. 40 years you guys have been here? Wow.
I want to congratulate us on your 40th year anniversary. They've really progressed in their programs and being able to help people and allocate people things and stuff like that. So I believe they've really come a long way from 40 years ago.
I would like to kind of congratulate the entire Native Women's Resource Center team. I think we're going in a good direction, and I think we're doing it in a very good way. And so congratulations to everyone. I'm so incredibly proud to be part of this process.
The staff here is absolutely wonderful, and I feel like it's always been that way from when I was younger to now. Yeah, 40 years is a really big milestone, and I'm really glad that Native Women's can reach that milestone, and we hope for many more.
Thank you, Native Women's Resource Center. You're incredible. I love coming into the building because I feel that energy. There's people packing boxes, people cooking, there's a lot of laughter, a lot of chatter, and you just see and feel all the great work happening. And I see that energy transferring to the park when you program the space, when you program Allen Gardens, and it's just really inspiring to see.
Big congratulations, because I think they do play an important role in the community. And it's really needed, and it does need to continue to grow.
I've seen lots of success come out of this building, right? In 40 years, I've seen whole families, living a better life. So I just want to say thank you to Native Women's Resource Center for the work that they do.
I would like to honor the team at the Native Resource Center, because it's all about team. If you have a good team, you build a good team, action takes place. and timelines take place. So I'm going to say I honor and I thank you, Creator, for guiding them on their journey, our journeys, for all the programs that they offer there at the Native Resource Center, and always continue to share love. Love brings us all together, and love will help us grow further even together.
I would like to thank the Native women in the community, the staff at Native Women's Resource Center, and especially the ED. Here's to 40 more years and beyond. You know, I'm committed to Native Women's and Resource Center, and I'm looking forward for the next 40 years.
We need to remember where we came from and where we're going and where do we want to go, and to look forward to the future and for the next 40 years for this place to exist, and the people there, and to support the people who need to be there for the next generation, because it's always about the next generation. We are getting stronger, we're getting better, and we're healing ourselves. We're becoming who we originally were supposed to be, and this memory of who we are was almost erased. And this place helped gave the support to remember that identity again.
Thank you for being there for the community. Thank you for being there for me, my family, and lots of other community members. Thank you for the work that you do.
I hope this place just stays the same and doesn't change. And I'm glad it's 40th, right? Like, that's really big.
The Native Women's Resource Center to me is the communities. It's a home for the community, it's a home for the children, and it's really just a safe and happy place. It is cultural, it is community, it is full of love, it's full of energy, and it's full of spirit. To our founding grandmothers, the community, their family, we say miigwech for having a vision, for getting it started, for executing it. To the community, here's to another 40 years of amazing gatherings, services, and support systems. Miigwech to everyone who has supported us throughout the years. And I know that we have so much more work to do, and Native Women's is here to do it all.